Alright, what is going on, guys? Willis here. We're back with another Division 2 video. We've got another build for you guys today. Once again, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Warlords of New York. We've got 5 left to give away. So my next 5 videos, be sure to tune in. If you guys would like to enter, just simply leave a comment down below if you want to. Support the video with a like. It would mean a lot. And yeah, quick disclaimer before we start this video. Obviously, as you know, I play multiple games. I'd love to be able to play a game 24 hours a day, but unfortunately, that's just not the case. I like to play different games. I've recently just got back into the Division, and I'm obviously making different builds and stuff like that, seeing what's the meta currently. So obviously some of my builds may not be top tier, but let's be honest right now, the majority of the player base doesn't have the best gear in the game, and this is a fact. At least half of my subscriber base doesn't even have the Warlords of New York DLC. So what's the point in making a top tier build that nobody can copy? Yes, I title my videos best build, best this, but unfortunately, that's just how YouTube works. If you guys have got an insane build that's much better than mine, that's great. That's perfect. You can jump in my Discord, discord.gg/Willis. Jump in the builds channel and you can post it there. I would love to check out the top tier builds. But this video, I wanted to show you guys a really cool, insane M1A build, which is currently the meta right now. Obviously, the M1A got reverted, so it's currently the best gun you can be using in the game right now, just because the damage is absolutely insane. So if you're just looking for an all-out full damage red build, this is the build. Now you can switch and change some pieces, which I'll go into. That's completely up to you guys. And it's also dependent obviously on your SHD level, because this is actually pretty insane. If you're like level 1000, you pretty much just get 20% crit hit damage, and you also just get a free 10% crit hit chance. So let's be honest, if you're like SHD 1000, yeah, your build is going to be just absolutely insane, and you can just switch out mods. But yeah, this is the M1A build. It's currently the meta right now. Obviously, the M1A is the most hard-hitting gun in the game. It's a rifle build. So let's begin with the M1A. So the classic M1A, you can pretty much obviously get this anywhere that rifles drops. It's the best rifle in the game. I managed to get 14% rifle damage, 17% critical hit damage, 8% damage to targets out of cover. So some improvements on the best classic M1A you can probably get. Instead of 8% damage to targets out of cover, if you can get like damage to armor instead, that would be really good. Also, you can run boomerang instead of rifleman. I like to just run rifleman because landing headshots, obviously, it's just simple. But boomerang is a very good alternative with this build as well. So for the armor, we're actually running 3-piece Providence for the headshot damage, crit hit chance, and critical hit damage. The mask, my mask could be a ton better. I'm currently farming a mask, but I've got 10% weapon damage. Like I said, could be better. 4.4% crit hit chance. I've rerolled crit hit damage max roll, and I've also got an 11.3 crit hit damage mod. For the chest piece, we've also got another Providence, which is the named chest piece, the Sacrifice. Probably one of the best in the game. I got 13.8% weapon damage, a poo-poo blue, 12% crit hit damage. I've re-rolled onto it, and I've also got a 5.7 crit hit chance mod on it. So if you're not aware, the Sacrifice actually comes with perfect glass cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 30%. All damage you take is amplified by 60%. So it is pretty much a glass cannon build. You don't want to get shot with this build because you're just going to get demolished. And once again, this is more of a PvE build. Once I start playing the Dark Zone more, I'll obviously bring you guys some Dark Zone builds. But if you're not aware on how the AI works in the Division 2, they explained this on State of the Game a few months ago. You're never going to fully get one shot. So if you have full health and you haven't been shot in the past 5 seconds and you peek, you won't get one shot. It's only if you are sniped by a sniper that you'll get one shot. You'll get sprayed at and you'll go to like 1 HP, but you'll never officially get one shot unless you are sniped in the head. The game always gives you a few seconds to obviously recover once you're shot. So you're only gonna die if you fully get shot twice in a row. A lot of people still don't know this. So glass cannon honestly isn't that risky to use, and it's definitely worth the 30% damage that gives you. So for the holster, here's where you can sort of mix and match. I'm running a Seska holster, which gives 10% crit hit chance. I managed to get 15% weapon damage on it, and I rolled 6% crit hit chance. I've got a doo-doo yellow, which if you can, try and make it a red. What you can also do is you can obviously swap out this to Providence if you want. You can also run Grupo if you really want, which I'll go into in a minute. So for the backpack, now I've sort of been changing this a lot just because I wasn't pleased. Originally, I was using this the Vigilance perk, which gives you 25% increased damage, which is so good. But I managed to get a really high rolled Providence backpack just to complete my 3-piece, which gives me 15% crit hit damage. So I've got 15% weapon damage, 5.7 crit hit chance, 12% crit hit damage, and 11.1 crit hit damage on the mod. And the perk I actually got on this was Composure. So while in cover, it increases total weapon damage by 15%. Now, bear in mind, it isn't the 25% that you get from Vigilance. But the cool thing is about this, there is no downtime, so you'll have it at all times. Yes, this is a 10% more extra, but as soon as you get shot, this disables the buff. But let's be honest, you don't want to get shot with this build, so Vigilance is still as good as Composure. So if I had this backpack with Vigilance, I would probably be just a bit happier, just because obviously it's 10% more damage. But Composure works fine because you're in cover most of the time. So for the gloves, I've got a pair of Grupo gloves, which gives 15% crit hit damage. I managed to get 15% weapon damage. I've got 6% crit hit chance and a poo-poo roll of 12% weapon handling. This would be better if it was like crit hit damage. You can also run, which is sort of the meta, the Contractor's gloves, which recently got nerfed. This 8% damage to armor is really handy. Obviously, it's for LMG, so if you have like a secondary LMG, this will work really well. I was originally running the Contractor's gloves, but I kind of just wanted to put on a pair of Grupo for the 15% crit hit damage, just to get my crit hit damage up. And then finishing up with the knee pads. So this is where I kind of want to be like, use this other pair of knee pads instead. So the knee pads I'm running right now are the Overlord knee pads, just a pair of basic Overlord knee pads with 15% weapon damage. I've got 10% headshot damage just because I couldn't roll crit hit damage because I already had it, as you can see here. I didn't need to put more crit hit chance because I'm already capped out. But what I would recommend using, if you can, try and get the knee pads, the named knee pads called Fox's Prey. I'm currently farming them right now. They're probably the best in the game if you just have a pure DPS build at rifles. What they do is they give you 8% damage to targets out of cover. So as you can see, that's pretty nuts. And it's also Overlord, so you will get the rifle damage as well. If you can get a pretty decent 15% weapon damage roll on the Fox's Prey, that's your go-to. So I'll show you guys my stats. Bear in mind, I'm only like level 200, so I don't have a ton of free crit hit damage like most of the builds you see. So this could be potentially 162 if I maxed out my watch. So I've got 59.4% crit hit chance, and there's all my stats right there. But that's pretty much the build. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like. And once again, if you think your build is absolutely insane and I'm just doo-doo, jump in the Discord, discord.gg/Willis. Head over to the build channel, post your build, and let's see what everybody thinks. But that's been, I guess, the most meta M1A build you can with the changes I mentioned. I'll see you guys in my next video. This has been Willis Gaming, and peace. So one quick thing I forgot to mention, obviously the mods on my M1A, so let's take a look at those. 5% crit hit chance on the scope, the C79 scope. Magazine, honestly, you can run whatever you want. I'm running stability. And then for the laser pointer, which gives a 5% crit hit chance. Also, you want to be running for your specialist. If you can, run sharpshooter, just because it gives 15% increased headshot damage. And obviously make sure you put damage into rifles and whatever secondary weapon you're using. For me, it's assault rifles. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave you guys now with some gameplay of me in the shooting range, just showing you guys the numbers and stuff like that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you in my next one. Peace.
Agent requesting backup.